Well, I think starting out, I maybe had a bit of an advantage over somebody who's just starting from scratch in their industry. In that, we were taking over a business that had been around for 13 or 14 years before we took over. So, and the previous owner was gracious enough to let us see all his books before we took over. So, to a certain extent, I knew the financial history of the business, so I could see historically when were the high seasons and the low seasons. And we're heavily retail. So right now we're in fourth quarter, the holiday season. Like everybody else, this is our busy time of year. Summer usually slows down for us. I'm sort of financially conservative. I like to have a plan and know that it's going to work before I do it. And business isn't really like that. Now I'm at the point where 5 years in, and we're looking at some different avenues of growth. We're going to move locations. Actually, we're going to move from Tannisbourne, about half a mile away, to a larger facility. And in order to prepare for that, I had to come up with a bunch of budgets to kind of predict what was going to happen possibly at several different location options that we were looking at. And so going from 5 years ago, spending an entire year on a budget I never finished, to in the last 2 months, I've probably done 4 budgets for next year. But I've gotten pretty good at them. And so my ability to, I think, predict the financial situation of the business has gotten so much better that we can rely on that to make some decisions about the future. We use our point of sale system. We use QuickBooks, the Inuit point of sale, and it's our cash register among a billion other things. But one of the things that it allows us to do is that's where we place orders and receive all the inventory in. And that's how we prepare for the holiday season. We'll look at what did we sell between October and December. We sold 20 of these, 10 of those. Okay, let's order 22 of these and 12 of those. How did we do? Did we sell out early, or do we have too many left over? Next year, we'll try and do it a little differently. When a new product comes out, we tend to try and replace an older aging product with it. So that our inventory isn't ballooning full of items that don't turn. I know in retail, usually you shoot for 4 turns or more a year. And what that means is your entire inventory value, if you have at a cost to your business of $200,000 worth of inventory, by the end of the year, and you look at your total costs of goods sold, you want to have sold 800,000 or more of cost level inventory. That's not your gross income. That's cost of goods that turns. In MI, musical instruments, it's a lot slower. The average retail musical instrument retail store turns their inventory 1.5 times per year, which means that the average item sits on their shelf for 9 months. So we really pay attention to that. Like I said, from down to the item all the way up to department levels. Okay, we need more microphones this year because those are turning too fast. And so we'll assess all of that stuff and try and adjust our inventory to match. We are getting close to where we're getting 4 turns a year. I can't imagine for us going much faster than that. 4 turns a year is 90 days. And it's hard for manufacturers to consistently give you a level supply of their instruments or accessories. I think it helps that our sales staff is mindful of that. Our guys that sell the gear know what sort of turn we need to make on stuff. They're actually aware of our margins on a lot of things. So they know what things we're not going to make very much money on when we sell it, and what things we are making better money on. And they know how to handle that. And so we've got a pretty good staff that knows what our goal is. That gives us 12 people all on the same page, trying to move the same inventory the same way.